Hello and welcome back. We're continuing our overview of the movie Snow White and how it has so many biblical references to kingdom marriage. So, picking up where we left off, Snow White was praying the night before for all of the men. As you pray for your enemies, same one the Lord have made your footstool, their hearts will turn towards you even more. By the next morning, all of the dwarfs were happily enjoying her presence to the point that as she kissed each one of them, even the most grumpiest one was made goofy by her kiss. Your beauty and your heart will change the heart of others that are meant to bless you in a season. Sometimes the Lord will turn their hearts towards you, but your prayers towards God will turn their hearts towards you. So they all left, and she spent the time fixing every one of them's happy, the pies and the great food. She was making a feast for them for dinner. And then the queen shows up masquerading as this witch, which is the most relevant version of who she is. Your God ordained spouse may have a person in their life, or had a person in their life, that you, being as sweet as you are, brings out the most obvious exposure of the wickedness and sinful nature of these women that have been in their lives, and this is why they are trying to put their spirit from on them onto you. This is why they need to take you out, because if they can get rid of you, they know that they cannot be replaced. Which isn't going to happen, because why? You are already connected to your God ordained spouse, and 9 times out of 10, he probably already know what they're trying to do. Because if he knows that you're praying for him, he probably already hears your prayers, and he already understands that, oh yeah, this person is trying to attack. They already got the wisdom. They know the warfare. They know the attacks that are coming against you because of the jealousy of the people that have been in their lives. I just pray wisdom. I pray over my God ordained spouse as often as possible. Give him wisdom and knowledge. What is knowledge? That the Lord open his spiritual eyes, that he may be able to see who's doing these things. That one of the prophetesses that I listened to, I've been listening to her for 7 years. She said that if you pray for them to gain spiritual knowledge, the Lord will give them visions and dreams that will literally show them who is trying to attack you and who is coercively trying to manipulate attacks against you. Okay? So they will see it and they will know it. So don't be afraid of them, because they probably already know half the stuff you're already going through with these types of attacks. Now, getting back to the apple. The witch, first thing she appears in the window, and to me that was like, does that not, if you're standing in your house, by your window, in your kitchen, or what have you, and you see somebody put their whole head in your kitchen, looking as ugly as she did, are you gonna let them in? Give them water and all of this type of stuff? No, you're gonna sit up there, but we got wisdom. They had to add some non-wisdom to this woman in order for the plot to work. Sometimes what the enemy will do is there will be a redirect to try to make you, I said this in my word the other day, that there's a redirect that may occur, and because of this redirect, it may make you try to doubt that what you're seeing, because it's so blatantly obvious. Sometimes, you ever notice that people tend to not believe things that are blatantly obvious? It's like, you do see how blatantly obvious that this person is a witch, don't you? But I have literally watched people. It was put directly in front of their face and they didn't see it. I was like, how did you miss that? I can see that. A blind man can see that. But she lets the woman into the house, and the woman coerces her, oh, make a wish on this apple and then bite it. And she tells the wish of what she desires for this man to come into her life. We are prayer warriors. We pray unto the Lord. But what does the serpent do? The serpent lures Eve into biting the apple because it's supposed to what? Give her knowledge. For we perish for what? The lack of knowledge. She did not have wisdom to understand that she did not need to bite that apple. Okay? She was not smart. Not in that effect. Not to that effect. So because of that, she ends up biting the apple. Meanwhile, all of the animals even the animals recognize that she was not right. Some people around you recognize that these people are not right. And if this is the thing about people, perfect example, you see this happen all the time on TV shows. Sometimes, let's say you're the friend of somebody. Perfect example, Why Did I Get Married? The movie Why Did I Get Married? The one character, she seemed to be that one character that played like, I'm just trying to save my marriage, and the friends are like, we can all see that this man is doing you dirty. What is wrong with you? Everyone wants to tell her. They're like, she ain't ready to hear it. Some of y'all, or some people, I ain't gonna say it's all y'all, because some of y'all may be smart enough. Y'all ain't ready to hear or are operating desperate delusions about relationships that are already in your life that you need to release so that your God-ordained spouse can come. Because these people are trying to take you out. Some of these are the people that are around you. Pray about that. Get confirmation from the Lord. But I guarantee you, he's going to show you some people that are either around you or around your God-ordained spouse that are trying to take you out. Anyway, the animals go take off because they recognize that this is a bad situation. So they run and go get the 7 dwarfs. Your divine helpers, prayer partners, people that have been set forth into your life to speak into you, they are going to give you warnings. They're going to come and be a rescuer to you. I have been hearing for the past several weeks, God is preparing to send divine help. They're scouting you. They're seeking you out. You're being sought after. Opportunities are seeking you out. There are things that are seeking you out even as we speak right now, including, but not limited to, your God-ordained spouse. Meaning contracts, opportunity. Go back and read and watch my video called The Proposal is Your Graduation, or it's a sign of your graduation. I go through all of the things that are signs that you're being prepared to move on to your next level. So, but by this point, she bites the apple. Remember Eve? Eve bit the apple. Eve was so desperate to gain the lack of knowledge that she became exposed, and what? Ended up bringing about the curse upon her and Adam, which could not be taken care of because of the fact that she disobeyed the Lord. And she then turned around and led Adam into it. Some of these situations are setups. The enemy's trying to set you up in situations and scenarios in order to try to take you out. But what ends up happening is because of the fact that they went and got the 7 dwarfs. There are spiritual people praying for you. Some people you don't even know that are praying for you. I remember I was listening to my coach tell a story one time. She was telling about how she was in dire straits about something she was spiritually struggling with, and one of her leaders called her out of the clear blue and said, "Do you need me to pray for you?" Sometimes you don't know who is praying for you. Your God-ordained spouse did not know that you were praying for them before the Lord started to reveal to him that you're his spouse and that you were praying for them. I remember I was on a phone call with someone that I was seeking spiritual advisement, and in this season this person was a divine helper to me, and this person said, "He's praying for you. There are people that are praying for you." I didn't know he was praying for me. But it's nice to know that he is praying for me as hard as I've been praying for him. So, these dwarfs come back, and as they are coming back, they chase the queen up onto a cliff. Sounds similarly reminiscent to what happened when Jehu got into a fight with Jezebel, and she was thrown off of a cliff because lightning ended up striking in the midst of a rainstorm as the dwarfs were running up the cliff, that she tried to get a boulder to fall back on them to kill them, and a bolt of lightning struck the rock, and the tip that she was standing on fell off, and she fell to her death. Jezebel ended up falling to her death, and the dogs ate her, and the only thing that was left was her head, her hands, and her feet. Your enemies are about to be taken out of here, because God's going to strike them down, because this is a time of judgment. He done warned them. You done warned them. I can't tell you how many times I done prayed every time I felt an attack on me. I can shake my head. I done prayed and I done prayed. Please renounce, denounce, uproot, repent, and what's the other word? Relent. And uproot this thing so that you don't want to receive the judgment that God is about to release unto your life. And they didn't. And they kept doing it. And I remember the Lord gave me a warning of what this woman was going to try to do. And I knew I was right, because the day I started praying into it, I had went into prayer and I got spiritually sick for a week. The attack wasn't just sin against me, it was sin against my father. And they just keep activating these attacks. See, because the attack was supposed to hit me, but it hit him instead. It couldn't hit me. Not the way it wanted to. What they really wanted to do. But they're about to receive their just dues for what they did and who they sent, for what they did to the people surrounding you in order to attack you. They're going to receive it. Oh, they about to receive it. Jezebel must die. And it's interesting. I was talking about this the other day. I did not know her name was Hephaninah, I think her name is. She acts as a Jezebel in the book of John. I think it's book of John, where we see John die. And she is the daughter that goes forth to the king and seduces the king into taking John's head, or cutting off John's head. Jezebel is a spirit because they did not officially fully kill off that Jezebel that operates through the spirit of Leviathan and pride. But that is what is an operation in these women, in these exes, what have you. They are operating in a spirit of Jezebel, a narcissistic spirit that wants control over these men. But they're gonna die just the same way as Jezebel did. Off the cliff, head, hands, and feet. It's about to be on. So after she has died, they end up putting Snow White in a golden casket with a clear glass lid. What does this mean to you? The past week, it ain't even been a week, I came out of a consecration on Sunday. From Sunday to today, every day I've been seeing the words rest, 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 rest. Some of y'all sitting up there thinking that you are demonically delayed. You are not demonically delayed. God has you in a holding pattern, and He is trying to get you to sleep. Go to sleep. Get some rest. If I can get some after I get off this video, guess what? That's what I'm going to do. Because the Lord is trying to say, I already took care of it. It's already done. Go get some sleep. The delay is I am allowing you the time to get the rest that you need for what is about to happen. Go get your rest. He put her to sleep for, I don't know how long he would sleep until they managed to find the prince. Your God-ordained spouse is en route to you, but you got to get your rest so that when he gets to you, you ready to go. Do you hear me? Go get your rest. Go get some sleep. Rest. Sleep. If I hadn't had this word to release, I would be doing that right now. So with that being said, that if you remember in the book of Daniel, the Prince of Persia, it took time for the answer to come. It took time for the prince to get there. The prince didn't show up the next day. The prince had to find her. He searched far and wide. Your God-ordained spouses have been searching for you. Your God-ordained spouses have been looking for you. Your God-ordained spouses have been seeking you out, sought after. They have been looking everywhere, under every rock, looking under everything in order to find you. But they've been being fought in the spirit. Spiritual warfare. And meantime, you're supposed to be resting. Some of it's spiritual warfare. Some of it is the Lord has been allowing them to have that time in order to prepare for when you get there, because He's got to have that place set for you. For I sent a messenger before you to prepare a place for you. They have been preparing for you. You go get some rest. Everything's lining up this week. Everything. When I tell you, this is amazing to me. So now that she is dead, the prince finds her with a song in his heart. And he begins to sing. He finds her, and it is his kiss that wakes her up. Some of y'all are in holding patterns that the Lord has you in, and you ain't getting out of them until you come into alignment with your God-ordained spouse. He's got to release you from that holding pattern. He has to set you free so that you can move into the alignment of what it is that the Lord has for you to put your hands to in this season. Everything that has been dormant, dead, dry, bare-boned, all of this is not going to wake up until your God ordained spouse puts his hands to it too. The plow in which you have been pushing all this time by yourself is not going to be able to be pushed any further until you rest and he takes it and puts his hands on it. I don't know how many ways I gotta say this. So you gotta rest. Allow the Lord to do what he's gonna do. He gonna take care of Jezebel. She's done. But you gotta wait for him to come. When he comes, it's on and popping. But you gotta rest, because when he comes, he's gonna be ready to run. So when he came, they went off into the sunset on the horse and went straight for the palace. He is the one that's going to open the door for you to get to the palace level. You just gotta wait for him. I know, we hate it. I'm like, why do I keep having to wait? Yes, you gotta wait for him. What are you going to need to do in order to wait for them? Well, I am about to tell you in the next part. Stay tuned. We're going to get into the next message. Bye bye.